Hello everyone, next up we have my main man Marco from Pirate Warriors 2. Marco is a really awesome character with a lot of combo potential, and he's got a very technical fighting style. He's a character I've heard some people say isn't very good, but you kind of have to learn how to play him to get the most out of him. Once you master him, he's one of the best characters in the game, and he's also one of the few characters who has a healing special, which is straight broken. There's really no other way to put it. Having a healing special in this game is really powerful. So let me just go into his moveset now. We have the square string. Really good string, some mobility, some crowd control, and at the end it knocks them back, but you can get a combo follow-up if you use R1. So you can use R1 right there to pull them back down to the ground with you. Really good square string. Next, square, triangle, triangle, triangle. Good mobility and crowd control along with it. And at the end you have two different ways you can follow up. This is one of his few moves that put him into flight mode. So, as you see right here, at the end you can continue attacking with like this square string in the air. Or you can do R1 to pull them back down to the ground. And then you can just kind of loop the string or something, whatever you want to do. Alright, let me get rid of this guy real quick. You can see I'm kind of showing off some stuff here, but I'm not gonna... I'll talk about that later during the setup. Okay, so square, triangle, triangle, triangle. This is a really good combo tool. So kick the enemies up and drop them right in front of him. Just like his square, triangle, triangle string, you can either continue attacking from the air with an aerial string, or you can do R1 to take them back down to the ground. So really strong combo tool for him. Next up we have square, 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 triangle. This is his most straightforward move. Just a knockdown attack that knocks them back. Just go straight down and knock all the enemies back. I don't use the move a whole lot. Probably one of its best applications is to help stun bosses quickly. But outside of that, I don't think knocking the enemies away is something he really needs to do, because he likes to keep the enemies close to him for combos. Alright, next, square, 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 triangle. This move will just fly forward, and it has some crowd control. At the end, if you want to keep the combo going, you're going to have to use the R1 to drag them back down to the ground. And that's pretty much it. You know, it's a quick, fast mobility move, but not one of his greatest moves. Now we have the triangle string. Let me find some enemies. Need to find a lot of enemies for this because he has a lot of crowd control on these. So triangle, triangle, triangle. Oops, didn't want to do that. So there we go. Just a really fast forward moving attack from the air. I don't use that string a whole lot, but if you want, just for some really quick damage, and you can use R1 at the end to drag them back down and keep the combo going. Next we have triangle, square, square, square. This is a command grab, and it also hits a lot of enemies, as you can see there. Now this move has really good tracking. Like if you drag a boss up into this, it's really good at picking the boss out of the mob, so you don't have to be worried that the grab will be ruined by all the crowd control it has. It's really good at picking the important enemies out of the crowd. Okay, next we have triangle, triangle, square. This is his best crowd control option. Sucks all the enemies up and does like a ton of damage to them. And this is one of his moves where he will be in flight state afterward. So you can continue an aerial combo. Oops. Don't call the assist. Can't mash though. If you mash, you're gonna get an assist. So you just kind of gotta delay it for a little bit long enough to get the aerial combo started. Or you can of course do R1 like after any of his moves to just drag him back down to the ground. Alright, next up we have his R1. I've already been using that a lot throughout his moveset. This R1 is very important to him. This is what you really have to master this character. So when you do it from the ground in a normal standing state, he'll go into the air. From there you can initiate air combos. That's not very important. You're not going to use it that often in this sort of situation. I mean, you can kind of have like a really safe aerial approach, I guess, but there's not a lot of instances where starting your attacks from the air is going to really benefit you. Now, the main strength of this is when you do it during an attack, and he will go down. And what this does is basically drag enemies straight down. Even if the move would knock the enemy back, if you cancel into that, it will pull the enemies down with you instead of them getting knocked back. So it's a really strong move, really important for doing extended combos with him, and kind of resetting the combo situation. Sometimes because of all the movement Marco has, you can kind of lose track of what's going on around you, so it's important to just kind of reset the situation with an R1 so that you can have more control over your combo. Okay, so now his specials. Special 1 is healing special. This move got buffed in the amount it heals. It heals a lot more now than it used to. Let me take some damage first so that you can see. Okay. So as you can see there, I'd say it heals about double, maybe even more than what it did in Pirate Warriors 2. Really good. Healing specials are very cheap. It doesn't do much damage wise, but that doesn't matter. The healing is good enough. Special number 2. This special, I feel like the hitbox got nerfed, or something about the hitbox just isn't right. Sometimes the finisher will not hit in this, and if the finisher does not hit, you're not doing any damage, which means it's a waste of meter. It doesn't happen a lot, but it's definitely happened, whereas in Pirate Warriors 2 I never really noticed it happening, so you have to kind of be conscious of that. I think it's kind of if you have enemies juggled really high in the air, they won't get hit by the finisher, but I don't know. I really don't know what they did with that move, but it just doesn't seem as useful. I don't use it as much in this as I used to. I used to use it a lot as a combo finisher in Pirate Warriors 2, but not so much anymore. Alright, so that's it for his moveset. So let me just start talking about setups. I've already been showing off a lot of stuff, but let's say when you're fighting a boss, the easiest way to get them into to start a combo would be like square, triangle, R1, and then from there you can kind of go into whatever you want to do. Oh, the camera's getting really wonky on me right now. So, you know, you can do like that. His command grab, you can link into itself. You can do R1 after it, and then you can do like another command grab. So you can chain the command grab into itself, just resetting with R1s. You know, you can do his crowd control tool. Drag him back down to the ground. Do something more focused. Then you can drag him back down to the ground again. Just kind of do whatever. You can freestyle with this character. The only moves that are not really going to combo into anything is like square, 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 triangle. That's not going to combo into anything. You're going to use that more to break bosses' guards, stun them more easily. So let's say I want to do like a command grab loop. Just do R1. And you see right there, I just do a command grab loop. And that's it. You can pretty much mix up his moves freely, however you like. He has a lot of flexibility. You really just have to learn how to use the R1. Just attack the R1 at any time. Anytime you feel like your combo is getting out of control, or anytime you want to reset the string, just R1. You don't want to use R1 when you're standing on the ground, but as long as you're in an attack animation, use it. You also don't really want to use it after dashing either. like, see if I dash, like if I do square, dash, and then R1, he's gonna go into the air. So you gotta be conscious of that. Just basically, anytime you're in the middle of an attack animation, go for it, and he's gonna drag the enemies back to the ground. And he can do that off of almost his whole moveset. Very, very, very few moves that he's not gonna get a follow-up off of his R1 from. Alright, let me just show his taunt real quick. And that's it. No fancy effects or anything with his taunt. Alright, so that's it for Marco. He's a really, really strong character once you learn his playstyle, and definitely learn his R1. Just learn how to utilize his R1. It's a really important and powerful tool for him. If you guys have any questions, just leave any comments. Thanks for watching.